What's up, ladies and gentlemen? I am on A Course in Miracles day 65 here, and I just wanted to share this day because it feels like it's a great teaching. And I know it's a great teaching because I've come to visit it again after a couple years of doing A Course in Miracles. So let's get started with what we have here at the top, okay? Joy is the inevitable result of gentleness. Gentleness means that fear is now impossible. And what could come to interfere with joy? The open hands of gentleness are always filled. The gentle have no pain. They cannot suffer. Why would they not be joyous? They are sure they are beloved and must be safe. Joy goes with gentleness as surely as grief attends attack. God's teachers trust in him, and they are sure his teacher goes before them, making sure no harm can come to them. They hold his gifts and follow in his way because God's voice directs them in all things. Joy is their song of thanks, and Christ looks down on them in thanks as well. His need of them is just as great as theirs of him. How joyous is it to share the purpose of salvation? And so, if you're working in the Course of Miracles, you'll realize that our purpose is salvation and to get out of the grips of the ego. And so, every day after a small select reading in the Course of Miracles, we have like the main idea here, right? And so, the main idea for day 65 is my only function is the one God gave me. That's essentially the main idea. And the Course will have us repeat this main idea to ourselves silently throughout the day, or whenever we're kind of in a flustered zone or we're not in alignment with peace or something like that. We'll say this out loud, and we'll not just say it, but we'll really try to reflect on it and feel what it's trying to tell us. So what it says here about my only function is the one that God gave me is that the full acceptance of salvation as your only function necessarily entails two phases: the recognition of salvation as your function, and the relinquishment of all other goals you have invented for yourself. So it brings us to these two quotes, which we'll say right now, okay? The first one is, on this clean slate, let my true function be written for me. You need not to use these exact words, but try to get a sense of being willing to have your illusions of purpose be replaced by truth. And so here we are again. My only function is the one God gave me, and I want no other, and I have no other. This last line is pretty empowering to me because we learn to kind of let go of what our ego and let go of what our the personal doer is doing, and be in the alignment and function of what God has given us, and saying that we'd only want this, which will in turn create like miracles and abundance in your life, because then we're kind of getting into the flow of the will of God, because God's will is our will and our will is God's will. So yeah, just wanted to share that today. I'm really loving these Course in Miracles teachings. I started them a couple years ago, and you know what? I definitely felt the effects of A Course in Miracles in my life, especially after like lots of different hardships and lots of personal issues, possibly life-threatening issues and things I was going through, which it's like I don't have any other solution or thing to say that, other than, God help me. So by reaching out to these teachings and these messages and teachers who are in alignment with Jesus Christ and who are in alignment with goodness and benevolence and, the angelic realm, the miracle, the miraculous, right? The abundance realms, all that stuff has helped me, and I can only say it's God that's really helped me. And so, I figured, hey, let me teach and let me share, right? I'm still learning, guys. I'm still learning. I don't have any necessarily big pieces of paper that say, hey, I completed this or I did that, right? But just through personal experience, I think that's enough to give me a sense of credibility. Realizing that, hey, your life can be all screwed up and messed up, your life situation might seem all sorts of crazy, but then by the grace of God, it's like God has helped me, God's lifted me up, and God's made things better for those around me and for myself included, and that's a miracle in itself. And if you're ever there and you get to witness that, you'll have so much gratitude and thankfulness in your heart. And so I appreciate you guys for tuning in to the message today and realizing, hey, it's another great day to share. It's another great day to uh, give thanks and to enjoy the peace and the joy and the gentleness of God. The impossible can be made possible. And we see it happen all the time. We're seeing it happen across the planet, right? And lots of big changes that are happening in the mental realms, in, in the mind of God is what's happening, and we're making a big shift as humanity. So thank you for participating in that shift by watching this video, liking the video, commenting, and maybe letting me know what you think in the comments below about how this might relate to you, how you might like it, or um, what you might have found helpful, or maybe you got a little peace. You felt a little peace from this, right? So, yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. And it's a little bit different from the car content that I make, right? Or posting my dog. Um, Typically, I'll post cars, or I'll talk about God, or I'll post my dog. And yeah, so this is what I find interesting today. I hope you find it just as interesting. So, thank you guys for tuning in. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.